Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming through to DuePoint today. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company. Take some time this afternoon to take a look at our licenses. They're on the wall next to the front door. Make sure that you're comfortable with who you're dealing with here today. We were first registered in 1952. We're nearly 65 years old. So you might not have heard of DuePoint or Constantia, but I promise you, we've been around quite a long time. We are, of course, an authorized and registered financial services provider. There's our FSP number. Go and look us up online on the FSB's website, and you will get some comfort about who you're dealing with here today. I also want you to be comfortable with the team that's here today, okay? We are not just here because of our good looks. It is a scale. I am the most beautiful, and then it works its way down. I am also the senior executive here. We are selected here and part of the team because of our separate skills, but that's not the most important reason why we are here. The most important thing about us is that we are right here in Joburg, in South Africa, in these offices, Monday to Saturday. You can find us. You don't have to look us up online. You don't have to Skype call us from America or Russia or Australia or any one of these funny things you see these days. When you need us, we're always right here. That's the most important fact. We do have all the requisite skills. I'm a chartered accountant, a visiting fellow of MIT. I've spent 20 years in the financial services space. I founded my own insurance company that still runs Primary and Direct down the road. You might know it and see its billboards. We got Tim. Tim's our banking expert, chartered accountant, worked as part of the executive team at the first RAND group for 15 years, reported directly to the CEO there. We've got Stacey, she's our auditor, worked both locally and internationally for Deloitte. We got Jane here. Jane is from the UK but spent the last decade here in South Africa. She's our direct selling specialist, worked both overseas and locally in direct selling. And then we got Rob. Rob's our design guy, ran his own digital design firm for 15 years called Wired, and they focused on the marketing and advertising of financial services companies. They did brands such as Investex brand, Visa, MasterCard, serious stuff. We've got all the skills, but that's not important. What's important is we're here. We're right here. You're dealing with a homegrown South African company. Folks, what is it that we do here at DuePoint? Well, we have two objectives. The first and primary one is that we are bringing to the hands of South Africans the ability to create lifetime, recurring, reliable income. This is something that 99% of the population of South Africa has never been in a position to do before. It is a huge statement that we are making, and it is not an easy task to do what we're hoping to do as our primary objective. But what we know is that in South Africa, we have to start being part of the solution. Right now in South Africa, I don't have to tell you this, we are living in a completely chaotic economy. We're one of the only countries in the world where you can wake up every morning and in the newspaper something horrendous has occurred. Okay, and I mean like economically and politically. I mean, it's crazy. Every morning you open the newspaper and there's some new disaster that's occurred. And we, as the people on the ground, not the guys that get to drive the Rolls Royces and the Bentleys on the weekend, that's on the ground. We're the ones that get knocked from pillar to post. We have no confidence and no reliability anymore in our income. You might be full-time employed. You might have any degree, ranging from the most senior executive down to the guy in the mailroom, and you can be assured that in South Africa today, you should not have any confidence in your job. Tomorrow, it could be gone. We know this. People are being retrenched left, right, and center from the most senior positions to the most junior positions. I've told this story last year. Tim was on the executive team of the first RAND group when I spoke to him about DuePoint. And he said to me, Brendan, I love what you're going to be doing here. I want to be on board, but it would never apply to me. I'm perfectly safe. I work for the biggest bank in the country, and I'm part of the executive team. 6 months after he joined us, they started retrenching executives at the first RAND group. 6 months. Chartered accountant. 15 to 20 years of experience, senior member. He watched his colleagues being retrenched. He could not believe how he had escaped it with the fire behind him. Guys, it does not matter what degree you have or what experience you have or where you are in the economy today. Our economy is shrinking. It means that every year there are less businesses open and less positions open for employment. We are not in a position anymore where we can rely solely on our employment. It's just the case in South Africa. In fact, it's probably the case in the world today. So our hope is that as part of what we do, we can become part of the solution in creating confidence again in South Africans in their ability to create an income that they can rely on. That's one that's there when they're sick and can't work. One that's there when they're old and can't work. That is what we want to do. Our hope is when we put that in your hands and we start generating income into your households, that we can start addressing some of the systemic problems in South Africa. Right now, none of us earn enough to support ourselves, and as a result, we end up using this 4-letter word here. It's not the F word, it's debt. It's almost like the F word. It's debt. All of us have it. All of us have it. And all of us have too much of it. They call it over-indebtedness. You've heard this. It's not a new story. In South Africa, 60% of South Africans are behind on their debt repayments, and they say the average person in South Africa owes 289,000 rand. We're professionals. We're absolute professionals. I open any one of your wallets. How many cards am I going to find in there? Truworths, Edgar's, Ackermans, Telkom credit card, bank credit card, home loan, car loan. There is this whole system of debt that we're relying on. We have leveraged ourselves to the hilt, and it's killing us. It is slowly poisoning us and our economy. It certainly destroys all ambition or dreams that we may have. We will never, ever reach what we aspire to while we are being drained to death by debt. Now, if we can put income in your hands that is there and reliably there every month, our hope is that we can start eliminating this in the hands of South Africans. Our other hope, of course, is by creating this income, we can start preparing you for the future. This is something we don't do as South Africans. We are not a saving nation, okay? We are a nation that barely survives every month. We do not even look on our list of problems. The future is very far down. We don't look at that end of the list. It's too much. We'd be overwhelmed if we had to look down that end of the list. But the reality is every one of us is going to reach the age of retirement at some point. Some sooner than others, but we're going to reach it. It's just there is no changing it. There is no stopping it. You will get to a point where you cannot work anymore. You will reach it. Again, it doesn't actually matter what your qualification. You might be earning 200,000 rand a month as a fully qualified chartered accountant, CEO of a company. You will have to retire. And your expenditure on that day will not reduce. It will probably even increase because of the increase in medical bills and that in your old age. Who is going to pay for that? Where does the income come from? It's very interesting, the research that's been done. The research that's been done says that you need very large cash balances in your bank accounts on the day that you retire if you wish to continue earning what you're earning now. When I say very large, 10 times your current annual salary. Who's on track for saving 10 times their annual salary right now? Hey? My word, no one. Even the guys earning 200,000 rand a month have not got 10 times their annual salary saved. It's a real problem. And so we hope that by creating an income that's in your hand and it's there every month, recurring reliably all the way to your last breath, that even when you cannot work anymore, that income flows in and you do not need large cash balances to drive you through your retirement. That is our hope. Now, that's our first objective. Our second objective, folks, is that we are bringing DuePoint into the 21st century. We have, as consumers in South Africa, have changed. We are online, we are connected, we demand different things, and we want to be connected directly to our suppliers. Having put that together with our first objective, we created what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system is very, very simple. What it does is it allows you as an individual to contract with us at DuePoint as what we call a wealth engineer. A wealth engineer has one task. That one task is to connect us to everybody that you know now, and everybody that you are going to meet and know in the future. You simply have to connect them to us. By doing that, you create for us market penetration. And with market penetration, you open up channels of distribution into which we can facilitate the purchase of our products. We as DuePoint, not you. We can facilitate the purchase of our products. And where we do that, we create revenue. And where we create revenue, we create for you an extra income. This extra income is a recurring income. That's the biggest statement we make, is that it is there every month reliably. Now, you have heard this statement made before, mainly on Facebook and the internet. Okay? Come and earn passive income from home, reliable, recurring. All you need to do is buy this box of cleaning agents, energy drinks, and power pills. Folks, you do not create recurring income by having to buy and sell stock. Some months people are buying, some months they aren't. It means your income is up and down. When you're sick in hospital, you can't be selling. And so you do not create income in those months. What we do at DuePoint is we use financial services and lifestyle products that last your entire life and are paid on a monthly debit order system. That's computer generated. You do not return to people again each month to beg them to pay. The system simply raises the debit orders. And where those debit orders are successful, your income recurs reliably every month. This is the power and freedom of what we have built into the DuePoint system. The second thing we do in the system is we give you the opportunity to leverage the time, skills, thoughts, and energy of others in the pursuit of your own revenue. Right now, you've got 2 hands and 8 hours worth of daylight. There is only so much you can do in a day. And once that day is over, your income stops. This is particularly true to professionals. The moment they put their tools down, that is the end of their revenue. The moment they stop working, that is the end of their revenue. In the DuePoint system, we, as I'm going to show you through this presentation, get to leverage others. And others can be building so that even as you sleep, your revenue is increasing. Your earnings are increasing. That is the power that we put in there for you. Folks, it is completely flexi time. This is not an employment contract. Oh my word. After these presentations, I get these Facebook posts to say, DuePoint is hiring. DuePoint is not hiring, ladies and gentlemen. I have all the staff I want, okay? We are not recruiting, okay? We are not recruiting here, okay? Folks, this is a tool that we place in your hands, and you will decide how much you want to use this tool, but it is a direct input-output tool. Whatever you put in, it puts out. You put a little in, it's going to put a little out. If you put a lot in, it'll put a lot out, as I'm going to demonstrate to you a little bit later. But you will decide what and when you use it. You are completely independent of us. And today, ladies and gentlemen, is a no-risk decision. And I can say that quite confidently. The one thing that has happened to South Africans over the years is we have always been the ones losing money. And so we built the system from the ground up to the best of our ability to ensure that you do not lose money in the DuePoint system. If you have to buy stock, if you have to pay a startup fee, I saw in the Sunday Times 3 weeks ago, 15 grand and you're in. Some advert. I don't even know what you're into, but it's 15 grand and you're in. If you want to earn more, put 30 grand in. Who has 15 and 30 grand to put into something? Just poof, it's gone. Here, if you have to buy stock, you're at risk. If you have to put money in as a startup, you're at risk. If you have to pay a monthly fee, you're at risk. If you have to buy application forms, you're at risk of losing. At DuePoint, you do none of these things. There are no startup fees, no stock to buy, no monthly fees, business fees, marketing fees, admin fees, and no application form fees. Today, it will cost you nothing to become a wealth engineer. By simply being a DuePoint product owner, you are automatically, as part of the package, a wealth engineer. And our products are fantastic, as I'm going to show you later. You also do not have to have any specific qualifications or education to be a wealth engineer, folks, because you are not representatives of ours. You're not brokers. You're not agents. You're not financial advisors of us. You are none of these things. And therefore, any South African can become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. You are, however, building an asset. I say that because you have created something that has recurring income. With recurring income, like a business, you can price it. And if you can price your channel, you can sell it to someone else. You can transfer it, and it will outlive you. When you pass away one day, your children will receive your channel and the income that flows from it. And they will be given the choice to do nothing with it or to grow it even further. This is legacy that we're creating at DuePoint for you. More than just your lifetime is what you will be building with us here at DuePoint. And folks, like I've said to you, you play no part in the sales transaction here. None at all. We do all the selling at DuePoint. You do none. You have one singular task, and that is to connect people to DuePoint. How do you do it? Well, you've got 4 ways of doing it. The first is pick up one of our memory sticks. Here at our reception counter, 150 Rand's got our presentations on. If you've got a smart TV or a laptop or a computer, you plug it in, and there's me doing the presentation for you. Otherwise, put people in this room. If you're in Gauteng, you can come and put people in this room Monday to Saturday. We do presentations here for you. All you need to do is bring the people here. The third way, our YouTube channel, available to you 24/7, 365 days a year, full of our presentations. You can pick your favorite ones. and show people there any time of the day. We have people joining DuePoint at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why, but we do. They must be using our DuePoint channel, okay, on YouTube. And then the fourth way, of course, is we live stream every one of our presentations. And so every day when we go live, anywhere in the country, you can be watching us live. 4 ways to introduce people to DuePoint. So what do you say to them? This is the problem. People come to me and say, Brendan, I don't know what to say to people if I can't talk about your products. Well, good news. This is what you say to them. I have found an opportunity where I can create lifetime, recurring, reliable income. Do you want to come and see it? I need 60 minutes. Come with me. Okay? That is what you say to people. You do not talk about our products to them. You just bring them to DuePoint and connect them to us, and we do the rest of the work for you. We have tried our best at DuePoint to change the system in such a way that there is almost nothing you need to do, so that you never need to be ashamed, you never need to be exhausted, you never need to find piles of time to do it in. You just simply come in and grow your income with us. All right, so how do you grow your income? How do you build your channels with us? Well, you go out and do exactly what I told you. You go tell people about the opportunity. That's what we do at DuePoint. Opportunity to grow income. All right, you tell them about it. Some of the people that you put through the presentation in one of those 4 ways are going to catch the vision. Not all of them, mathematically speaking, not all of them are going to get it. If you talk to your parents in particular, they'll tell you this is a pyramid scheme. They won't have any understanding of what we do, but that'll feel like the right answer, you know. You fell for it. It's a pyramid scheme. Okay. You know, of course, that your business is a pyramid scheme. The one you're working for, they're all pyramid schemes. There's 1 boss, 2 executives, 5 senior managers, 10 managers, and 100 staff, you know. All right. You know, the government is a pyramid scheme. The president, the 2 vice presidents, okay. You get the idea. Folks, most of the time, the announcement of pyramid scheme comes from a source of ignorance. We are one of the most regulated industries in the country. We are listed on the JSE. There are 8 regulators that review DuePoint's business on an annual basis. 8. I am actually only 21. The gray hair is as a result of the regulators. Okay? Folks, this is not one of those things. This is not one of those things at all. So, not everybody's going to say yes to you. Some of them are going to say, not interested. But some will catch the vision and will want to become wealth engineers as well. When they do, you will add them to DuePoint and we will allocate them to you. And your channel will be born. These folk will go out and do exactly the same thing, and some of the people they talk to will also catch the vision. They will be added as wealth engineers, and we will allocate them to you, and the cycle will continue. Very soon, you'll have tens, hundreds, maybe thousands of individuals talking about DuePoint across the country. We see this happening on a daily basis. We then come as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products in a channel of distribution you have now created for us, and your income is born. Now, what's very important to note is because we're not one of these funny schemes or shapes or Ponzi's or whatever you want to call us, because we are the real deal, because this is a genuine income earning, regulated and reviewed opportunity, it is exactly like your employment. It is exactly like your career. It is exactly like if you decided to go out and build your own company. It is going to take time and effort and persistency if you want to change your life with it. It is not going to take 5 minutes. On Facebook, you see these opportunities where they tell you you can earn 100,000 Rand after 3 months. Nonsense. Nothing will pay you 100,000 Rand a month in 3 months. Nothing. That is not genuine. That is not sustainable. What we create here is sustainable, recurring, reliable income. And that means it takes time. Now, it's relatively easy to earn a little bit of income with DuePoint, but it takes quite a lot of time and effort to change your life with it. Here's how it works. The first way you earn with the DuePoint system is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand every time someone in your channel successfully pays for their product via debit order, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel the payment was made. So, for instance, you run out, you talk to a few people, some of them say, I'd like to become a wealth engineer. They become wealth engineers and they pay for their product via debit order. You get 55 Rand, 27.50 Rand multiplied by 200%. These are people on your first point. You directly introduced them. 55 Rand for every product every month that they pay. These folk go out, they talk to a few more people. And a few more people pay for their debit orders via our system. And where they do, again, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%. These are people on your second point. People you introduce to introduce people. That's 55 Rand every month for every product that's paid. You'll notice that this is not 1 Rand 50 or 5 Rand 50 or 12 Rand 26. All of these I have seen in the market. Those are 20th century numbers. This is 21st century numbers. You cannot buy anything for 5 Rand 50 or 12 Rand anymore. You can't. 55 Rand is material, it is significant, and you will start changing the economy of your household with it. Now, you put a little bit more effort in, and your channel continues to grow out. You now earn on a reducing basis down to the 8th point. However, from the 8th point on, the reducing stops. There is no limit to how big you can build your channel with DuePoint. What simply happens is that from the 8th point on, you will always get 4% of 27 Rand 50 where you qualify to earn. So for instance, if you grow your channel to 25 points and someone makes a payment on the 25th point and you qualify to earn, you'll get 4% of 27 Rand 50. You hand it over to your children. They build a 100-point big channel over their lifetime. And someone makes a payment on the 95th point and they qualify to earn, they'll get 4% of 27 Rand 50. There is no limiting of your potential at DuePoint. We want to create things that can be passed on if we're going to start changing the cycles of poverty in South Africa and the state of our economy. This is what we do. Now, this is just dots on the screen. It's not very practical. It doesn't really tell you how much you can expect to earn. So, we have done some calculations. It is very difficult to know what you will earn. People often say to me, how many people do I need to earn this, and that? I have no idea. It all depends on you and how fast or slow you choose to grow. So, we went and we got 2 decades of information. We ran some mathematics on it. And the 2 decades of information is our own. We've gathered ourselves. And we looked at it and we said, how can we create a reasonable expectation for you? And we came up with what we call the 3+2 growth formula. What it says is that in the first month that you're with us, you put just 3 people on your first point. Just 3 people. That is not an unreasonable ask. This is not 8 hours a week kind of thing that I've heard before. This is a couple hours a month. And then every month thereafter, you put just 2 people on your first point. 1 every 2 weeks on average. Okay. Now, this is where the real persistency comes in. It has to be every single month thereafter. You can't put 2 people in and then stop. You've got to be putting it every month. This is where the time payment comes. You're not paying money, you're paying time to grow your channel. Now, you've got to work with these guys that you put in. You've got to get them to do 3+2. Then we apply our mathematics. We know that not all of them are going to do 3+2. So we apply that to the maths. We put our lapses and cancellations in. And we apply all that complex mathematics to it. And we come up with what we believe you can reasonably expect to earn if you put some effort in with the DuePoint system. After 6 months of applying the 3+2 formula, we reckon you would be earning around about, or can expect to be earning around about 2,500 Rand a month. You'll see that this is not the 100,000 Rand after 3 months that Facebook promises you. This is recurring, reliable income, 2,500 Rand a month, 30,000 Rand a year after 6 months of effort with us. If you can push through and do another 6 months from there to 12 months, this time next year, 12 months of 3+2+2+2, working with your teams, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That is 120,000 Rand a year. Not many of you are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise this year, and certainly none of you are going to be in control of whether you get the 10,000 Rand raise. None of you sit on the remuneration committees. None of you. Okay? Someone else is going to decide. You can be the best employee all month long, and they're still going to pay you the same at the end of the month. And if the guy on the committee likes your friend better than you, he's still getting the promotion, not you. You know, we've all experienced this in the workplace. Here, you have the ability to control the outcome of the next 12 months. And if you do 12 months with us, we think you can reasonably expect to be earning 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. If you can do 2 years with us, 24 months, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. Reasonably. 360,000 Rand a year. There is little chance that any of you will increase your earnings in the next 2 years by 30,000 Rand through your normal employment. Little chance of that. But we believe quite certainly that you can with the DuePoint system. If you can do 3 years with us, we reckon you'll be on about 45,000 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 Rand a year in 3 years' time. Now, it's just 3 clicks for me, but it's 36 months of effort. This must not be forgotten. The payment at DuePoint is time. It's not money. Everybody's been losing money in the past. We don't want that anymore. It's time. 36 months of commitment. You cannot come to me after 3 months and tell me, Brendan, your business doesn't work. Okay? It doesn't work in 3 months. It works over time. Now, if you can push through to 4 years, we reckon you'll be on about 60 to 65,000 Rand a month, 720,000 Rand a year. And if you can push through to 5 years, half a decade with us, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be earning about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's $1 million a year. It puts you in the top 0.5% of the country in earnings. Now, I get 2 responses to this demonstration. The first one is, it's taking too long to get there. It's an interesting one. People say to me, no, I cannot wait 5 years. I need it now. I just refer them back to Facebook. Okay? We are creating recurring, reliable, sustainable income here. It is going to take you 5 years. Then I ask you, how many years have you spent in your employment? How many years? Decades? Decades that you've spent on a dead-end job. I can quite comfortably call it that. 99.5% of South Africans are in dead-end jobs. It's not going to reach any of their aspirations. They may believe it. I like talking to youngsters. Youngsters are the best. They are invincible. I am going to be a chartered accountant. I'm going straight to the top. I'll never need this. Boy, are they in for a disappointment. 0.5% of South Africans are going to reach their aspirations with their employment. That's a fact. That's a fact. They laugh at me when I tell them that. They laugh. They're always like, no, I will be part of the 0.5%. No, you will be part of the people who get struck by lightning because it's the same statistic. It's the same statistic. Ladies and gentlemen, do not believe that your qualification or experience is going to lead you to your aspiration. I have more degrees than a thermometer. I worked out very quickly that employment was not going to get me there. But you have a tool here that says that instead of wasting another 5 years on a job that will get you nowhere, spend 5 years of time and change your future forever. That is a genuine statement that we make here at DuePoint. No matter who you are or what position or what qualification you have, you can change your future in the next 5 years. People say to me, Brendan, I don't have time for this. Okay, that's interesting because we've become professionals at throwing time away. We spend 40, 60, 80, 100 hours a week in a dead-end job. We do. But for a couple of hours a month, we have no time for this? Nonsense. We have run out of time as South Africans. We have to start thinking about money differently. We have to start thinking about how we create it in a different way, and that's what we're doing at DuePoint. Then the alternative view that I get is, Brendan, this is all nonsense. It's just marketing. No one's going to earn 80 grand with your system. It's just flagrant over-exaggeration. Well, that is a very disappointing statement because we are all quite genuine with what we're doing here. We've got piles of chartered accountants and actuaries that have been through the maths on this, and we, of course, have people actually doing this at DuePoint, actually making the money. So while this is just mathematics, let's talk about some of the people that are actually making some money here. We have got hundreds of people earning in the DuePoint system, hundreds and hundreds. Some a little, some a medium amount, some a lot. They're all using the system, and yes, they've all broken my mathematical calculation, but for the wrong reasons. Here is Mike and Vilna. They've been with us for about a year, and in a year, they've got themselves up to a channel worth 8,500 Rand a month. 12 months, and they're earning an extra 8,500 Rand a month. What did I say? 12 months to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand. Looks like I was pretty close, doesn't it? All right. Then we've got Lydia. Lydia joined us 6 months ago. Okay? 6 months ago. In the course of 6 months, she's built herself a channel worth 120,000 Rand a month, a year rather, 10,000 Rand a month. All right, let's ask ourselves some simple questions. None of you are going to quit your jobs to become a wealth engineer. We insist on it. Keep your job. It's like a scarce resource these days. Keep it. But what does an extra 10 grand a month do for you? What does it do for you? Hey, think of the list of problems you have. How many do you cross off with an extra 10 grand a month? I said 12 months to get to there. Lydia's done it in 6. It's a tool. You decide the outcome. Then we've got Roelof. Roelof's been with us about 14 months. 14 months, he's on 300,000 Rand a year maximum potential earning. 300,000. I said 2 years to 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. He's done it in a year. It is completely up to you. Now, maybe that's not you. Maybe you're never going to get there because it's going to be solely up to you. You will find in our system there are no blockages, no bottlenecks. You are the only problem in the system. You are the only problem. You will decide what you do. Now, maybe that's the best you can ever do, 4,000 Rand a month. What does an extra 48,000 Rand a year do for you? How does it change it? People say, I want the 100,000. That's a want, not a need. In South Africa, imagine if we can give every South African an extra 5,000 rand a month. How does that change our economy? 60,000 rand a year. How does that change things? That is what we are doing here at DuePoint. We're not turning people into 100,000 rand a month individuals. We'll get some that do. But what we're wanting to do is empower South Africans in a new way. And we're doing it here. Folks, there are hundreds of people earning in the DuePoint system. Go to our YouTube channel. Go and see the testimonies. There must be 60 or 70 testimonies on our YouTube channel now. Go and watch them. People earning a little bit. People earning a medium amount. Some people earning 80 grand a month. Some people earning 800 rand a month. Go and watch all the testimonies. They are there for you to see how the tool that we have can be used. Now, that's the first way we earn. I want you to put it in a box and put it on a shelf. We're now going to look at the second way we earn at DuePoint completely separately. This is called our XP Rewards program. It is our training program. We train you from beginner to expert how to become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. Many of you have never done this before and are terrified about it. Terrified. I know. Don't worry. We take you through a step-by-step process, holding your hand the whole way, taking you from beginner to expert. And as you complete these steps, we give you what's called XP points. XP points are a measure of your experience. They are not worth anything. Those of you who read the Facebook know it's 1 rand per XP. No. They are worthless. They are just a measure of your experience with us. And as you become more experienced, as you do the training, naturally your channel starts to grow. As your channel grows and as your experience grows and you meet the criteria in our training program, we start to reward you, in addition to the returns we were talking about. In the beginning, while you're still quite tiny, you can get that cash quite quickly. Some have got all of it in the first month of being with us. That's completely up to you. As you get a little bit more experience, your channel gets a little bit bigger, well, so do the cash rewards in our training program. Now, if any of you have ever been to a corporate training, I was an auditor for many years. We used to do training all the time. We used to arrive at the training, and to encourage you and excite you about the training, you used to get a branded pad, a plastic pen, and your name tag. Okay? That was very exciting training. Okay? Here, you actually get something worthwhile. All right? Best training in the country. Then, when you get to a certain rank in our training program, we start to give you tools that we know through our years of experience in this accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from the United States of America. It plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa. It comes jam-packed with all of our presentations, downloads, tools, and testimonies, which means that anywhere, anytime, internet connection or not, you can be talking to people about DuePoint. At rank 7, we give you what we think is the most powerful tool in the development of your channel, your own business cards. Now, these are not the 5 rand special from down the road. This set costs 12,500 rand. It is imported. It is gold gilded. That's not my Koki there. It is custom made for you. When you hand someone a business card that is from a set worth 12,500 rand, they have 2 questions for you. Who is DuePoint and what do you do for them? Do you want to see a set of these cards? Go and look in our glass cabinet afterwards. You'll see what an imported set of business cards looks like. At rank 9, now that's a long way from where you are. You are rank 0. But at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size each year, for the rest of your life, we take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid holiday for a week. Every year, for the rest of your life, as long as you maintain your channel size. We are not going to the caravan park. This is a serious, serious thing. And we go with all rank 9s. Not the first 5 that make it, not my 5 favorites, not the acting rank 9s, because we have people who think that the rank 9s are actors. If they are, they're bloody expensive actors. I want to fire all of them. All rank 9s, which means any one of you here in the audience and any one of you watching us live have the potential to come with us. At the end of this year, we're going here. This is actual footage of the hotel we're going in December this year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rock.
Alrighty. One of the things about DuePoint is that there are no prizes and there are no winners. You see on Facebook they say prizes, there's no prizes. Everything is earned at DuePoint. Everything. And the qualification and criteria for everyone is the same. I've said it before, in your employment, everyone around you is your competition. There's a minimum number of promotional spots, everyone else is competing for them. Here at DuePoint, everyone works together for the ultimate rewards. That's what we do here. At rank 11, folks, we give you another very useful reward. It is your own car. It is not rented to you. It's not given to you for a month or a year. You don't finance it through us. It is not branded. It is yours. And again, if you don't think that this is possible, I've had people say to me, I can't do it. It's all just marketing. Go and ask the rank 11s who will now own cars. Go and ask them whether we are doing this for fun or for real. Every month, we run wealth quests as part of our training programs. These are the ones you can get excited about as rank noughts. They're designed to be achieved in a month, from the first day to the last day. Every one of them is different every month, and the rewards of each one, which are tools we know will accelerate the growth of your channel, are different every month. You can build an entire toolkit through our Wealth Quest challenges. This month, it's the Young Guns Challenge. The Young Guns Challenge says, put 2 people in under the age of 30. That's quite difficult. Remember, they know everything. They haven't hit 30 yet. All right? Put 2 people in under the age of 30 and get them qualified by the end of the month. In other words, get them to put 3 people in themselves each, and everyone must have paid successfully via debit order by the end of the month. If you can do that, you can get yourself a smart TV this month. Not a little one like this, a big one, because it is a tool you will use to show the presentation of DuePoint to others. You can also watch movies on it, but primarily you'll use it to show people the DuePoint opportunity. In other months, it's iPads, iPhones, cash, data, Wi-Fi routers, all the things you need to build your channel. You can pick them up month after month after month. Now, this one's going to end in about 6 days. So you might not make it. Doesn't matter. On the 1st of June, there'll be a brand new one. Quite an exciting one, actually, that's coming. So people say to me, Brendan, I've done the maths. This doesn't work. Where do you get all the money from? I always laugh at that. It generally comes from doctors and engineers who are not big on maths. But they tell me they've done the maths. I've run spreadsheets all week, Brendan. This doesn't work. Okay, well, as I said, there are quite a few chartered accountants in this building and even more actuaries. And if they got the maths wrong, well, flip, then everybody else is going to get the maths wrong. Guys, it works very simply. In the traditional space, where I spent nearly 20 years, we spend hundreds of millions a year directly advertising to you. TV adverts, billboards, radio adverts, SMSs, bathroom advertising, taxi rank advertising. Anywhere and everywhere where we can stick an advert, we put an advert. That costs a fortune. It's amazing that nobody ever asks where the money for that comes from. I always laugh at that. Hundreds of millions. 2 years ago, the industry spent over R1 billion on direct marketing to you. And people are not responding anymore to that. We've changed the way we respond, but we're still spending it. How do we fund that? We reverse engineer the cost of that into the price of your product. Every month that you pay your funeral cover, car cover, life cover, banking fees, 35 to 50% of it is next month's marketing. It's a very simple mathematical equation. Now, we do exactly the same thing at DuePoint, except you are never ever going to see an advert of DuePoints. We don't advertise on TV or on radio or billboards. You will never ever see an advert for DuePoint. Why? Because we use you to penetrate the market for us. And as a result, all that money we would have spent on DSTV and SABC, etc., hundreds of millions, is now available to you and your channel. It's very simple. If you want to talk about the complex maths with me, come and chat afterwards. But that's simplistically how we fund it. Guys, there's 3 products that we as DuePoint facilitate the purchase of. Not you, remember. We facilitate. Our first one is our Access Wealth Plan. it costs 299 Rand a month, and it opens your very own tax-free investment account up. Of the $299, we take 100 Rand and we put it in the tax-free investment account for you every month. And it is a no-notice, no-restriction period investment account, which means that the money is immediately available to you. So the actual cost of this product is only 199 Rand a month because the other 100 Rand is in the investment account and you can draw it at any time. In addition, you get 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. And as I said earlier, as a product owner at DuePoint, you get to be a wealth engineer. Now, our second product is called our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product costs 274 Rand per month. For the 274, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. No matter how old you are, there's no maximum age limit, and you have that cover after your first payment. There are no waiting periods, no deferred benefit periods, no medical examinations, and no medical declarations. How do we get to innovate like this? Because you are dealing with the source. There are no middlemen between us and these products. We are, people say, who's your underwriter? I am the underwriter. We are the insurance company. You're dealing with us and we can innovate like this. Our third product, my favorite one, it's a non-insurance, non-financial services product. It's our Buyers Club, Wealth Points Buyers Club. Allows you for 274 Rand a month to get the leverage of being a corporate in the economy. We go to strings of suppliers and we negotiate discounts, prices, vouchers, account managers. And you get access to all of those through our Wealth Points program for just 274 Rand a month. I love that product. I think it's absolutely exciting. So folks, as a wealth engineer, you get access at no cost to the entire executive and management team here. You can book us Monday to Saturday. We'll do teamworks meetings with you, strategize with you, goal set, motivate, train you and your teams at no charge. You get the use of all of our facilities here, all Monday to Saturday during business hours at no charge. Presentation rooms, boardrooms, breakaway rooms, free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee, everything you need. You get all of our state-of-the-art technology at your fingertips, at your disposal, at no cost, 24/7. And you get to build a channel all around the country at any time because we live stream everything onto our YouTube channel. All of that you get as a wealth engineer. So folks, today is not a decision about DuePoint or not. It is a decision about changing your future economic position. That's what it's about. Is it going to cost you anything? Nothing today. Is it going to cost you anything in the long term? Well, a product, one of our incredibly innovative and first-to-market products, and time. That's what it's going to cost you. But you can, of course, continue to just pouring your time into what you're doing right now, if you want to. It just doesn't seem to be getting any of us anywhere. Today, if you want to become a wealth engineer, it's very simple. Go onto our website, DuePoint.net. Click the apply button, and within 5 minutes, you'll be a wealth engineer. It won't have cost you anything. You're going to get a W number sent to your phone, and your channel is born. That W number is now yours. It is the beginning of your asset. Now, it can be completely worthless if you do nothing with it. Completely worthless. Or it can be magnificent. You will decide. What you need to do when you become a wealth engineer today is to talk to the person who brought you here this evening. Tell them what your goal is. Not the 100,000. That's a want. We need a need. What do you need to breathe again? 5 grand a month? 10 grand a month? 20 grand a month? What is it that you need? Talk to the person who brought you here today and tell them what it is. And then design a plan with the DuePoint system to get there. If you do not have a plan and a goal, and nobody ever does this. I'm like waste my breath at the end of every presentation. Everybody walks out of here and they just like run down the street, you know. No, you need a plan. Because if you don't have those two things, 3 months from now, 12 months from now, 5 years from now, you'll be earning nothing with the DuePoint system. And that's not what we want. So have a plan. Folks, every month we run one Saturday a month a development seminar. These are live training sessions that we do in this room and live stream across the country. And we train you about every aspect of the DuePoint system and growing channels successfully. You are fortunate to be here today because this Saturday is this month's development seminar. It starts at 9 o'clock for 1 hour. 1 hour. It's not going to ruin your day. It's 60 minutes. And we are going back to basics this Saturday. We're going to be talking about how you earn at DuePoint. You got the 5-minute version just now. I'm going to give you the 60-minute version. All the detail on how to qualify to earn with DuePoint on Saturday morning. I encourage wealth engineers. Please get you and your wealth engineers in here this Saturday. And if you can't, make sure you tune in live. It is very important that you watch this training. I encourage you all to be here. Every month we do a different topic, okay? And you can find all of our previous dev seminars on our YouTube channel. You can go and get them all there and watch all of our training there. We have very useful tools, guys, for you. Tools we know build your channel. Get them at reception or order them on info@DuePoint.net. Our USB stick. This is not the imported one. This is one you can buy. got presentations on it, you can get started straight away. Pick it up at reception. Your own business cards, not a 12,500 rand set, an affordable set that you can use to get out there and start growing your channel, as well as all sorts of other things. Don't leave here without the tools today. If you become a wealth engineer, folks, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe. Somebody got it in their minds that it costs. It doesn't. You subscribe for free to YouTube, and then you will know the moment we go live every day, your phone will ring. Every time we upload a video, your phone will ping. You want that tool. It is very powerful. It means you're plugged into DuePoint's presentations 24/7. Also, please download our free app. Use our Wi-Fi here. Put it on your phones and your tablets. It plugs you straight into your channel in real time. You can see what's going on in your channel. It's got your tools in there. It's got your downloads. It's got your training. It's got all your personal details and documents in it. Get that on your phones today, and you are connected to DuePoint. Folks, you will see that we are very, very serious about what we're doing here at DuePoint. I think a lot of the time people think that this is a marketing exercise. This is not a marketing exercise. The longer you get to know me, the more you will understand my passion towards changing the country I live in. We cannot rely on others anymore. It ain't working. Look around you. Nobody's helping. They're all hindering. We cannot rely anymore on industrial revolution type employment. Doesn't matter your qualification or experience, is letting you down. We have to start being part of a different solution for our country, and we want you to be part of it. If you have questions, concerns, stigmas, opinions, anything, talk to the people who brought you here today, or come and talk to me and my staff. Don't leave here with the wrong ideas and without answers. We'll leave here today with this tool in your hands. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You'll find us outside, and thanks for watching us live, guys.